to historical Brampton Memorial Arena on a fine Saturday evening for Lacrosse International Friendly between the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars and Team Australia. Hello again, Lance Wimworth alongside Paul St. John. Glad to have you with us wherever you're watching around the globe. Definitely, if you're watching from the land down under, as this event marks the first time the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars have been brought together. And with the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships taking place in Utica, New York next week, the Aussies, well, they're preparing to face off against the world's best. And Paul, when we look at this team, we look at the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars, first time that we've ever assembled a team like this. But when you talk about friendlies and that sort of thing, what was the initial talk that sort of got this ball rolling as we get ready for our opening face-off?
Yeah, Lance, thanks for having me. Adam Smith is the head coach for Team Australia, and he coaches our Shooting Eagles in the All-West, and had reached out to see if we'd put together a team to play, and he wanted a high-caliber team. He didn't want to just play against anyone, and we're thankful that he asked because we have a lot of players that love to play, and they're going to get an opportunity today.
Well, you take a look there, and when you talk about these offensive juggernauts, of course, you see the offense go to work with Luke Robinson, coached out a game and starting in goal for the Aussie Nationals, as we'll get their names on full. And when you talk about these Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars, you look at the lineup between John St. John, Jonah Bean, Heron, Snow, Parker, Piper. You've got some others like Nick Ferris and Luke Robinson, as I mentioned. These guys are high-caliber guys in the Arena Lacrosse League, and I'd say that these are some of the best guys in the league, but not all the best.
No, you're absolutely right. We have two teams. Some of these players will play again tomorrow, but we almost have like a full, fresh team coming tomorrow, and we have so many players we could have put together. Obviously, we have an 8-team league. We could have put together a lot more teams and stuff, and we probably will look to do that in the future.
I think when you talk about that, as you see Nick Ferris take that bounce shot, and so far the Aussies holding their own. Just a little history about this Australian team here as they go to work on offense. First time that they've stepped on the floor together as a team is here, as they come from near and far. There's a few players that play, of course, out west in Canada, a couple in the U.S., but majority of them are homegrown Aussies, and a chance here as another good save. So goaltending right now, the difference with the Aussies. And Paul, when you look at these two teams, you know you've got an experienced team in the All-Stars. The Aussies don't quite have as much experience. What do you think they have to benefit from this game?
Well, they have a lot. Like, they're going to work on a lot of stuff. Obviously team unity, learning how to play together on offense and defense. Lucas Deshawn, who started in net for them, has made 3 saves or 4 saves already. It starts for them from the goaltending out.
Take a look. That shot deflected wide, goes loose now, and of course the defensive and transition team will be out there for the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars. That one knocked down. Gasparetti couldn't get that chance, and first goal of the game belongs to the Aussies, and it goes to Tyler Reynolds. So Reynolds does a good job, opens the scoring here, and the gold and green on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you had said it as it was happening. Gasparetti went for the pick-off, looking to move the ball up the floor. That's his game. He loves the transition, and he overplays it. It gets by him to Reynolds, and Reynolds finds the top corner on Caleb Martin.
So Caleb Martin, of course, getting the start for the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars, as he an All-Star in his own right in the All-League, as that ball loose and Kettle knocked down, and possession will belong to the offense of the All, as Nick Ferris out there with John St. John. Wes Whitlow out on the right side. He'll filter it through. Luke Robinson with the ball right now. They'll kick it around, swing it, and work the left side. St. John looking for Parker Pfeiffer. That one's a skip pass, goes Whitlow back. 15 on the shot clock. St. John lets that go right on. Rebound, and a good job to smother that loose ball. So the Arena Lacrosse League getting plenty of shots off, just haven't been able to find the back of the net yet.
Yeah, you know what? And this is a good matchup for both teams because the Arena Lacrosse League obviously hasn't played in a while, right? So a lot of guys been off for a month and a half. Australians are learning to play together. So this is the type of matchup you want as a warm-up as you head into the Worlds for them and for the guys on Team All that, get a chance to play, like I said, in the month of September, which they normally wouldn't.
Well, of course, you know the Arena Lacrosse League season runs from December to April, same time as the National Lacrosse League, and a bit of an off season for some of these guys depending on where they play. That underhand, and that will trickle through. So letting that one go and finding the mark is Jesse Winnan. So Winnan with one, Reynolds with another, and the Aussies with a 2-0 lead.
Again, this tells us here's the team all's changing. They're not looking behind them, and Jesse Winnan comes in. Now Jesse Winnan is a player who's played very. I think it's his third World Championships coming up. He led the team in scoring in Langley in 2019, I believe, with 44 points. So he's a guy that can put the ball in that, and there you go. He got an opportunity, a great look, and he finished.
Again, the Aussies pressing again. This one stopped this time on a good save by Martin. And now the All will look to move it up transition. St. John gets it over the line. 10-second rule, of course, not 8 seconds like usual. The rule's a bit modified here for this friendly. Whitlow, he'll work, fake the flip, looking for Robinson. Robinson, roll around, can't find an opening. Goes in, goes to the bounce, too much on it. And coming the other way, here come the Aussies. Ashby Dennis, he'll peel back out and look for some help, wait for the offense. They'll give way and move it along the left side in Hamish with Matham. They'll set it up. Reynolds back out there. He'll kickstart the offense. 5 on the shot clock. Going to have to kick it out, take that shot. Chance here, and that one right on, so good job to get the shot on, and it's fished out. And another opportunity. Christopher Plum doing a good job. He, of course, wearing the C for the Aussies as they get another crack now on offense. And will, of course, Paul, when you talk about the shot clock, we got to talk about one of the newest things that will occur in the Arena Lacrosse League with a 30-20 shot clock. Maybe you can elaborate a little on that since you are the creator and designer.
I'll be quick on that one. Actually, that was a great effort by Plum to get a rebound, pull that out, and get a reset for the Aussies. And again, what we are doing. Oh, sorry there. Lance says Parker Pfeiffer puts one in. What we are doing in the All is we are going to use a 20-second reset. So on that situation where Plum picked the rebound up, they would get a 20-second reset clock instead of 30 seconds. The goal with that is to speed that up a little bit on the offense so they're not pulling out guys to change or they're not pulling out the rest.
Well, important for the Arena Lacrosse League to be initiators and things and ways to move the game along and make it a little more entertaining for the fans out there. Off the draw, Jonah Beam can't hang on to it, and instead it belongs to Dennis. Dennis, he'll wait. Good job defensively. He'll give way now, and it'll be Ryan Hockey. Hockey looking for some room. Good defense there by Nick Ellerton, and they'll swing it around to the right side. Looking for an opening in the flip. That's knocked down. Good defense, Patrick Thompson, and he's a demon in defensively and in transition. Big, long strides, and he'll get it over the timeline in a hurry. Flip Curtis Ward now. Ward will set things up. Look for an opening. Give way, St. John. They'll work the two-man game. John St. John, good save there. Backhand try, another good save made. Rebound loose. St. John fighting for it. He'll peel out and flip it. They'll reset. Fresh 30. Of course, our officials today, Simon D'Souza, Mac Daddy Abbott, and Jake Singleton. They'll be handling the calls here as a turnover will give it back to the Aussies.
So, Lance, to jump in on the over rule, we are using the 8-second over. The Australian coach, Smith, had asked us to use 8. He wants the Aussies to really push the pace coming out of their own zone. So, obviously, we're going to try to help them where we can on that, too.
Ball loose now. Newborough battling for it instead. Aussies pick it up. Backhand try right on. Stopped by Martin. Picked up and moved up in a hurry. And the All-Stars now will work on offense. 2-1 ball game right now. St. John isolated, looking for Ferris cutting through. Couldn't connect. Whitlow kick it back. They'll work it left side again behind the net. Looking for a cutter. Robinson. 8 on the shot clock. Pfeiffer, kick, swing, that one good, cross-check, loose in the slot area. Robinson flips it, and another good save made as Deshawn doing a good job between the pipes. Tricky pass there as Great work on the boards to haul that in, and Ellerton now will turn it up. He's got Robinson. Robinson in alone. He'll fake and go back to the far corner, and we're tied 2-2.
Well, that's one thing, Nick, that Luke Robinson does very well. He has a leap ability for, I don't want to say this out loud, but for a little guy, he gets up high, and he likes to dunk over the goalies, and that's just a perfect look. Great play by Ellerton on the strip and moving the ball up quickly, and we're at 2-2. Before we jump any further, there's a couple rosters. I just want to say 24, Sullivan on the back of the jersey, is actually Chandler Allen, and 16 is Rowan Kelly. It says Kettle. Kane Kettle was supposed to play, but unfortunately he tweaked an injury last night, and Rowan stepped in for us quickly today, so we're quite happy with that.
Aussies will set things up with Dennis. He will peel and retreat, and working that right side now. Big overhand stop, though. Martin looked behind him. Good job by the Aussies to scoop that out. They'll reset and go back to work on offense. Out as a trailer is Marcus Arambatsis. Big underhand again. Martin starting to feel a little more comfortable now. Transition. Thompson with a chance up the middle. Thompson goes to the far side, and it's a 3-2 game for the All-Stars.
Again, that's a transition goal. Great pickup, scoop by Colin Matthews in his own end. And Patrick Thompson and Jacob Gasparetti are two of the best in transition in the All. And this time it's Thompson. And he does a very similar move that Robinson did, where he goes down and then up and over. Not as high on a leap, but he gets up high enough to put the ball over top of Deshaun.
So the Arena Lacrosse League, after giving up the first two, have reeled off 3 straight with 7 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Aussies, though, have certainly held their own here up to this point.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed, Lance. You know what, like I said off the hop, this team has a lot more skill than they give themselves credit for, and it's great to see.
This, of course, the first time this team has played together as a unit as they prepare for the World Championships next week. And that one stopped by Martin, and with 6:34 to go, that's going to take us to our first officials timeout. We'll take a short break. We'll be back here from Memorial Arena in Brampton, Ontario. Back here at Memorial Arena, Lance Wynn alongside Arena Lacrosse League President Paul St. John as we entertain the Australian national team here in preparation for next week's World Championships in Utica, New York. And right now, the Arena Lacrosse League with a 1-goal lead here. And I think these two teams spending some time sort of feeling each other out, Paul. And like you said earlier, that of course a lot of these Arena Lacrosse League players aren't in season right now, so took a little while to sort of get the rust out and get comfortable. They've also never played together as a unit either.
Well, and that's the fun part about these games, right? Because we talked about the Aussies really playing their first game together too. You would think they wouldn't, but they're probably pretty spread out, in Australia. So, here you are with Team All, same thing. It's going to take them a while to get going. I think more on offense, and that's what we're seeing. Their transition game seems to be in play. But that's what's going to make overall a very fun game for fans that are watching at home and the fans that are here in the arena.
I think you're right. I think it's all about finding that offensive chemistry that you're playing with guys that you don't really play with on a regular basis. Who does what? These guys are more used to playing against each other than they are with each other. Good first step as a great job there by Marcus Arambatsis as he lost a defender and went to the bounce, shot 5-hole to tie this one at 3.
That's just a terrific one-on-one underneath move. And this is what I've always talked about in lacrosse. If you can read this, and he reads it very well, goes underneath Patrick Thompson and bounces it as Martin thinks he's going to go across. He quick brings his stick in and bounces it short side. It's a very nice goal, but what really is nice about that goal is the one-on-one moves. We just don't see enough of that in our game anymore.
Well, good one-on-one move, and I think if you're one of the coaching staff for the Arena Lacrosse League, and of course that's Ron Mouser Henry, Jamie Dubrick, Joe Sullivan, and Steve McCarthy, you have to mention defensively you need some help, and no one should be isolated. Chance there in tight, but another good save as that's going to be a through the crease call here in snow, and the defensive unit will come right back on. If you talk about the coaching staff for the Aussies, of course, Adam Smith, the head coach, Wade Hammond, Jay Arambassis is the assistants, Max Sadaka is the trainer, managers Jamie Salvage, Luke Oliver, and Joel Cockrell are the supporting bench staff, and things getting just a little testy here as going hard to that net. Not quite sure if our official in Simon D'Souza called a goal on that, or is that a penalty? Looks like that's going to be a penalty call for goaltender interference.
We might actually have both here, I think. Oh, no goal. He's waved off the goal. I thought personally that it probably, like he beats underneath, goes across. I thought that's a good goal personally because the ball is in the net before he makes contact with Martin, so I thought the penalty comes after. But, hey, I'm not the referee. I'm up here with you, and again, another nice move underneath, recognizing the defender has no support, no help, something that the team all is going to have to adjust going forward.
So Anson Carter will sit for a couple. Goaltender interference. First power play opportunity now for the Arena Lacrosse League. St. John will be the quarterback this time. Rebound, dive attempt. That's a beauty. So just like you said, Paul, Luke Robinson going airborne to find the back of the net for his second of the game.
That's the all Rookie of the Year, Lance Wynn, right there, and that's one of the reasons why he was named Rookie of the Year. Luke Robinson, in my personal opinion, is a player that should be on everyone's radar in the NLL. Yes, he lacks the height. I'm really tired of hearing this height is a factor. We saw Aaron Woods go to the NLL in Halifax last year and light it up. No disrespect to Aaron Woods. He's a very good lacrosse player. Luke Robinson brings something he doesn't bring, and that's crease dives from behind the net in front of the net. The NLL wants an athlete. He's an athlete.
Well, hopefully he'll get his look and get his chance. And the Arena Lacrosse League, they are going to be short a man here as penalty call will come. And the Aussies will pull their goalie for the extra attacker with 10 on the shot clock. He'll work it around left side. Trying to get organized, find their spots, looking a gap. In a 2-1-2 zone coverage are the Arena Lacrosse. That shot finds the mark. So once again, it's Winnan with his second of the game. Comes in a delayed penalty. And we've got ourselves a one-goal game.
We sure do. We sure do. Is it a one-goal game or we're tied? I think that
Could
ties
be tied.
us up.
My counter is
yeah,
always off.
I think that puts us back at 4. Robert Morgan was going to get a delayed penalty for illegal cross-check. Winnan can shoot the ball. And I said earlier, he's a guy that led Australia in points 4 years ago or 5 years ago in Langley, and here he is again. A funny quick story before we get back into play. I was sent a video today of Jesse unveiling his Team Australian gear. It's on TikTok. It's just hilarious. He's announcing the gloves, the helmet, the jerseys, the sweatshirts, the hoodies, and all. They're having fun. But you can tell here they've come to play.
They have, and it is a tie ball game. Ball continues to be loose. Good battle there, and a good flip will try to send away Snow. Snow can't track it down, and he'll get saddled with a delayed penalty. So right now, discipline an issue for the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars. Newbro pressuring the ball. Plenty of time on the shot clock. They'll work it around the boards on the right side. Matthew Wood will work it around. They'll look for a cutter and a quick shot, and it finds the mark again.
That's the hat trick.
So looks like Winnan sliding in on the back door, finds the back of the net one more time.
Well, you know, the Aussies set up their 6-on-5 very non-traditional. It's all to the perimeter. It's all outside. But here's the first time they had one a second ago. Here's another one where they push in, they seal off, and Winnan just kind of just sneaks there. They throw the ball through them, and he doesn't waste any time. Not a quick stick, but quick enough to not give Martin enough time to get set.
So 5-4 game right now in favor of the Aussies with just over 3.5 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Loose, picked up, and Pfeiffer will work it to the far side. Gasparetti, good burst of speed. He'll curl back out. They'll set it up. Ellerton will swing it around to the right, and Robinson, little shuck and jive. He'll look, skip pass again. Quick shot finds the mark. Slithered through as Gasparetti stops that 2-goal roll, and we have ourselves a tie game.
Yeah, Jacob Gasparetti stays up front to give some of the lefties a little bit of a breather because they're running 6-0 guys on team all. So he stays up, and he just kind of, and Jonah Beam stayed up as well. So really good pick by Jonah Beam to give Gasparetti a little bit of space to shoot around, and he finds, I believe it was the 5-hole through Deshawn.
Well, Jonah Beam is a big body out there, of course, defensively strong transition-wise, and he's good on the draw as Dari Newbro will tiptoe over the timeline, and we'll tiptoe into the 3-minute mark here as it's Parker Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer hasn't got it going yet, but he will as he tried a little something there, ran out of real estate, and now the Aussies will bring it back the other way. Looking to bounce off a couple and go to the bounce shot, but Martin had that covered on a good attempt there by Hockey, and now in alone as Whitlow goes over top of the net, gets it back, went through the crease.
Yeah, you can't make that pass. Ellerton forgot the rule, and Whitlow missed on the breakaway, and Ellerton thought he could give it back to him and did not. There's an over and back the other way.
That'll be an over and back and a quick transition. Shot, good save, tried to go short side. Nothing doing, in some trouble now, and got rid of that in a hurry was Carter. Got it up ahead, and Lucas Wood battling for it, can't handle it, and it's Heron Snow. Snow, long strides, teetering on the line. St. John does a good job to handle that pass. He's got Pfeiffer with him. Pfeiffer on the double team, can't find room. They'll swing it around to the right, and Robinson ducks in, peels back out again. Surveys, looking for someone, gets it out. Pfeiffer, swing. St. John sidearm, wide of the mark. That'll be an over and back violation, and we're under 2 minutes here in quarter number 1 in a tie game.
Good defensive stand there by Australia. Nothing fancy for them. They just packed in 5 guys, let team all move around, and St. John misses from the outside.
Aussies will swing it around, give everyone a touch. Gasparetti almost jumped that in the passing lane. Instead, does a good job defensively. That stick hanging around out there, that'll get gobbled up, and it does. Here come the Arena Lacrosse League in transition. It's the Fife Dog looking for the top corner. Rebound, kicked out, another shot wide of the mark. Ball loose, and a good job as Whitlow battling for it. They keep it on the right side of the line. Picked up Nick Ferris. Ferris, 2-man game, kicked the trailer. Big shot, Beam right on, and a good save there made by Deshawn as he was in the perfect position to field that good overhand.
I think Jonah Beam was staying up there, had a good offensive look. He saw Gasparetti score one, and I think he wanted to put one in the net as well. So the D guy's trying to help out the offense right now.
Well, it's going to have to be a collective effort again with it's a bit of roster changes, but again, the offense going to have – these guys are all-stars. They're all capable of playing offense and defense. So you're not losing a whole lot. Newbro plays to Karam, leaves that stick hanging around out there. Good job defensively to stay on him. We're into the final 40 seconds here. Colin Matthews. He'll wait, they'll work it, get it back out. Whitlow swinging around. Robinson with some room. Way too much room. Tried to go short side. Picked up. It's going to be a reset. Fresh clock here for the All. 25 seconds to go. We're going to get ourselves a timeout here. And we're going to stay with this timeout. And with that said, maybe, Paul, you can just tell us a little bit about what was the process like when you put together an international friendly like this. It's obviously going to be more beneficial to the visiting team than the home team, but how did someone reach out to you? How did that process work?
Yeah, as I mentioned, Adam Smith, who coaches in our All West, he did want to say a shout out to his Shooting Eagles team. He approached me about this and asked me to put together some teams. And what we did with the team all, like I said, there is 2 teams. There's 6 or 7 players that are playing both games. But we really looked at the All-Stars, our rookie All-Star team and our regular All-Star team, and try to make sure the majority of them got a chance to play. Now, there is some of the younger players that couldn't play in these games because of school, and they have Kufla games and stuff. So it's a shame because they miss out on something that's honestly really good for the game. So we put that, like tomorrow we'll have more of a veteran-laden team. You'll see some of our players that have been with us for a while get to play against the Australians in a game they normally wouldn't get to play in.
So, of course, tomorrow, prelude to that will be the Arena Lacrosse League Women's All-Stars taking on Team Australia. That's at 4:30 p.m. 7 p.m. And 4:30 p.m. is the men's. That will be, of course, the same Australian team with a different look Arena Lacrosse League. So, goalie pulled, final 15 seconds. They'll wait to go. Whitlow. They'll jump start it with 10. Here they go. Robinson and Whitlow, 2-man game. Robinson looking for the dunk. Kick back out, swing around. Couldn't complete it. Ferris, and a chance here for the Aussies. They had the open net, but couldn't utilize it. That'll do it for the opening quarter. And it's been a good one. We're tied 5-5. We'll be back with the second after a short break. Back here as we get set for second quarter action. Lance Wynn alongside Paul St. John. Glad to have you with us here. Not sure if you are parked somewhere real late in the land down under watching the game, or if you happen to be in Canada watching it. Either way, I'm sure you are tuned in, and we're always glad to have you here as we get set for second quarter, tied at 5. And Paul, you had a chance to see the first opening quarter. What are your thoughts overall about how both these two teams are and what stage?
Well, first off, Lance, it's actually morning in Australia right now, so we'll both say, good morning, mates. Hey? We've heard that a few times. I'm impressed. I said this before. Let's not undersell the Australian team. They play a lot of lacrosse. Yeah, they're coming to the box. They're learning some things, but they're good lacrosse players, right? They've got a good head coach. They've got a good coaching staff. they're going to compete, and they're showing us that right now.
And a good burst of speed there, but not able to find the mark was Toby Templeton, and it'll come back the other way, and battling for it is Rowan Kelly. Gets it over. St. John finds the mark. So that was really only a matter of time before John St. John got on track. And a good pass, better finish. It's a 6-5 game.
Well, the big thing here is Roland Kelly stays with the loose ball. He doesn't pull out. He stays with it. He gets the ball or bump there. Parker Pfeiffer picks it up, and we all know what Parker Pfeiffer can do. He's a reigning leading scoring champ. He throws the ball over to St. John, who he dethroned for the scoring title in the All-East, and St. John puts the ball in the net.
Ball loose off the draw, and again, St. John quite out to back door, just airmailed that pass a bit too high as he had Robinson open, and the Aussies will counter the other way.
Yeah, you don't see that too often from St. John, a missed pass. He looked at his stick. You don't blame the stick in that one. That should have been in Robinson's stick for a great scoring opportunity.
Well, I'm sure he'd be the first one to tell you that he agreed with you as Aussies back to work on offense now. Wood makes a move. Wood goes to the shot, deflected though. Good defensive play. No reset, 5 on the shot clock. Gonna have to hurry. Aussies going to work, kick out, skip pass, shot wide of the mark. Ball belongs to the All. They'll work it up in a hurry as Thompson in the offensive end quickly. Backdoor, tic-tac. Can't find the toe, and a good save by Deshaun on a glorious opportunity by Snow. Just wasn't able to find the mark.
Yeah, terrific passing play by the All, and Curtis Ward trying to go back door, and I think Deshaun just got a bit of his glove on it by the looks of things, Lance, and a great save for sure.
Wood, he'll set things up. They'll swing it around on the skip. That shot well wide of the mark by Winnan. Ball loose now as Kelly battling for it. Gasparetti had a notion, went for it. He'll come away with it. Splits 2 defenders now. Doesn't have good numbers, but gets it over to St. John. He'll survey, kick it back out. Looking for Kelly. Kelly now will find it, hold it, work it back to St. John. Wait for Ferris to filter out. St. John will duck in, curl back out, change the angle, zip it across, 10 on the shot clock. Robinson, St. John ducks through, underhand, off the post and in. So John St. John has come alive with back-to-back goals for the All, and it's a 7-5 lead.
Yeah, St. John moves the ball here. A little hesitant there in that one. He was thinking about going around and shooting there, but Robinson kind of opens him up, and there's a pick on this side with Ferris, who opens it up as well, pushes the Aussie defense back in, and St. John comes in, ducks in, and puts one in off the post for his second.
Well, we talked about chemistry on offense, and we figured that with this being the first time this group of All players has been on the floor together as a unit, it was going to take some time to try to find a bit of a comfort zone, and we'll see now with a 3 unanswered if that's the role that they started. But either way, the Aussies have certainly been able to hold their own here. Big overhand, too much bounce on that ounce. Looks like it was deflected, and it will stay right here with the gold and green.
Yeah, that was a nice save by Martin. He got off the goal line there and got his foot on it, and a nice outside shot.
So we've got, of course, Caleb Martin starting, and it looks like Craig Wendy will be the backup, play the second half of this game. We'll await that. In the meantime, between time, the Aussies go to work on the left side. Wood. Shot clock winding down. That shot had to get taken up from way out, but they'll collect the offensive rebound and reset the clock. That, of course, is where the 30-20 comes in the Arena Lacrosse League, so a little different there, and as well as the going to the 8-second, not the 10. So that ball will stay in bounds. It'll be an over and back, and Matthews will jump on it. Matthews goes to the short side and finds the mark.
Well,
so
we're
as
waiting.
Quiet as can be, like lightning speed in Colin Matthews as he extends the lead to 8-5.
And that's the experience for Matthews there. He knows he can play this ball and go. Doesn't have to wait for a whistle. Doesn't have to get stopped. And again, he doesn't come all the way across and go around Deshaun. He comes across and actually tucks it short side. Deshaun had the spot covered. There's just enough room for the ball. I almost said puck there to get in off the post. Nice play by Colin Matthews.
That one, good job by Kelly. Gasparetti trying to put the pressure back on the Aussies. A good save made there by Deshawn. Going to have to work to get it over the timeline on a good attempt by Kelly, but better work by Dennis. And again, one shot and out. Martin, and that's going to be an interference call. Will give possession back to Australia. So with just under 11 and a half to go, it's an 8-5 game. And the Aussies now have been sitting on 5 since the opening quarter. They'll go back to it on the right side. The flip, splitting 2, and a good save there by Martin, who seems to have found his comfort zone here.
I really like Anson Carter there, Lance. He fought his way to get inside. The Aussies need to find a way inside, and they have some guys with size. And that was Carter using his size to get where he needs to get to have a better opportunity to score.
Well, if you're asking about that dotted half circle, that's really the house. That's your guideline. And percentage-wise, on a beauty underhand by Matthew Wood, that's where the prime shooting area is, and Wood took that a little bit further and found the mark.
Well, you talked about outside shooting. Here we are. Wood probably had 3 shots on this shift. The first 2, I think one of them Martin got a toll on, or side of his foot. But out here again, he shoots it, shooting low, right? Hard to save. When anything's at your feet as a goalie, unless you're butterflying, it's very tough to make those saves if you're not kicking in that. And that was just a perfect place shot.
Off the drop, Beam, one hand. Good pass ahead, kicked out as St. John will settle things down, wait for Ferris. Ferris, last man out, work it across. Bouncing off a check is Pfeiffer, and that's going to be a Australian penalty there, as that's going to be an illegal cross-check call. And the All will go back to work with a man advantage.
Yeah, we haven't seen many penalties. I think that would be the 3rd, maybe the 4th penalty of the game, but here's a replay of it here. Just across, and it's up high. So crew chief Simon D'Souza makes the call. He's in great position to make the call, and it is the right call. You got to get the stick down, and again, this is a game where they're going to learn that, right?
Got to be a little more careful with that, as Ferris will work on that left side. St. John at the top, no look, give and go, gone and went. Still will collect it. And you can see, so Curtis Ward out there as well. Parker on that right side solo right now. Dump back behind. Robinson, no look. Swing around, no look. Quick stick, and it's scooped up. Robinson. Should be a reset, but there isn't. Going to have to let it go. Quick shot, and a good save made, not by Deshawn, but by Ryan Lendells. And looking for a way to get over the line. Great swim move, and zipping through a couple defenders with some good speed is Lucas Parsons. He'll give way now, and the Aussies will look to burn some clock here. Minute 10 to go in the man short. Under 10 to go in the shot clock. Working one-on-one. That shot blocked, and good defense by the All-Stars, as they now will work with under a minute to go in this power play.
This is a good 30-second kill by the Aussies.
Ferris, he'll work that left side shooter. Parker at the top now, no look. Zip into no one. Whitlow out there, and they'll work it. Pfeiffer trying to go back to Robinson behind that net. No call, stick up a bit. Whitlow fished that out, got the shot rate on, and a good job in fishing out that rebound, but I think Robinson had gone through the crease, and that nullifies that. Back the other way come the Aussies. Jack Stokes. He's a handful, that's for sure, as he zips that in the corner and through the crease the call. So all going to try to capitalize right away. Robinson ahead of the pack. Just 8 seconds left in the power play. Robinson underhand, and a good save by Deshawn as he rolls on that ball, keeps it from crossing the goal line.
A very big save. Right at the end of the power play, the Aussies get back to full strength.
Chance here, but wrong stick side. Good decision to curl right around. So a good heads-up play by Templeton, and they'll reset it up top. Wood looking for an opening. They'll swing it back to the right side. Whitten shot again. So Whitten has been the offensive juggernaut with 4 goals here for the Aussies. And it's an 8-7 game.
Just again, moves his feet. And you know what? Again, you can tell he's played, right? And this is what's fun about the game. A little bit, the field, they use the field, they come across. He's on his wrong side, but that doesn't bother him. He's firing away. Like, he's probably had about 7 or 8 shots. He's got 4 goals. That's a pretty good percentage, right? That one squeaks through Martin. Again, low shots. They seem to be firing a lot of low shots on Caleb.
I think they may have seen something, and they're certainly following the trend. The goals that Caleb Martin's given up have been low goals, and going to be a delayed penalty coming to the All.
I think that was a holding the stick call. Pretty easy to make.
Extra attacker out there, 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Aussie's going to work. Cutter inside, good defense. And there'll be a reset, so they'll go with a fresh clock now. Shot from way out, deflected, and over the top shoulder. So how about that? Good finish for the Aussies as they tie this game up at 8.
Yeah, I think it went off of Allerton's shoulder, and Martin just dipped enough and it picked the top corner. You can't write this up. I mean, anytime you get a deflection, look, as you see Martin, he had shot lined up, and it changed his direction, goes in the top.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything Martin could do about that, as that's like a hockey deflection. The goalie's sort of at the mercy of the carom, and that was it there, as with 7.5 to go, once again, we're tied here, and the Aussies fighting hard in preparation for their World Championships in Utica. St. John ducks in. That goes off a helmet and out of play. So that was 7:18 to go. Will take us to our officials' timeout. We'll take a short break. We'll be back here from Memorial Arena in Brampton, Ontario. Back here as we're set to go after a water break, and I tell you, it's September, but it's awfully toasty outside here. Perfect Saturday evening to watch some lacrosse, and if you were privileged to watch some of the Man Cup, congratulations to the Six Nations Chiefs and their head coach John Tavares, as they've taken home another Man Cup on an outstanding performance, beating the Victoria Shamrocks in 5 games. And as we get to go here, a chance now for the All to go to work on offense. And it's clear, and I know we talked about this between the break, Paul, that the All offense not clicking on all cylinders. You can tell that there's some guys still sort of shaking out the cobwebs.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's expected, right? But I really like the Australian pushback here. They're down 8-5 to start the second quarter, and you're starting to think, is Team All of a sudden starting to, they got their guys going. Are they going to go on a roll, and we're going to say what everyone thought? Oh, is it going to be a blow? And it's not. The Australian team are good, and they fight back. Well, Wyndham's a one-man wrecking machine. He's got 4 of the 8 goals, but he scores 2 of those 3 goals, and we're back to an 8-all game. Well, it must have been a goal. It must have squeaked through by Luke Robinson.
It was a beauty backhand by Wes Whitlow that slipped through the underarm and found the mark.
Sorry, if I was paying attention to Lance to the replay, I would have noticed that. I turned my head away from the monitor, thinking that it was a penalty.
Not even an issue as Newbro in transition, 2-on-2, dumps it off. Robinson backhand wide of the mark. Ball loose. Aussies pick that up and move it up in a hurry. It's Mullins. Mullins over the timeline. He'll wait for some help, find some in Reynolds. Reynolds has a goal here today. We're under 6.5 to go. And now looking to duck in. the flip pass intercepted. It's Snow. Snow now is going to have a mensch out the back door. It's Curtis Ward. Bounce past Beauty. Ward up, down, and up top. That was a beauty finish, Curtis Ward.
Definitely a beauty finish, and that's the one thing the All has been good at in this quarter is their transition. I think that's their third goal, on the run, third, maybe fourth goal if you include Matthews. So very nice, just a little easy bounce pass on the carpet, and again down and over. They seem to, in the first quarter they had a couple goals like that on Deshaun, and there's another one there. So they're getting him to drop, and then they're going over top him.
Well, similar to what the Aussies are doing with Caleb Martin, of course, a big goalie, so heavy set up top. They're trying to go low. Different story, offensive strategy. As you can see, Deshaun, very strong low, but tends to commit early, and that's where the fakes come in for the Arena Lacrosse League. So good job making adjustments by both teams offensively, as the Aussies now will look to lean in. Plum in some trouble. Flips it up, dangerous pass. Good job to relay it to the right side. Trying to find his way in is Reynolds. Reynolds looking in the middle. Good defense, though, by the All. Reset. They'll go back to work with a fresh clock.
Great save by Martin there, and a great play by the Aussies to get the ball inside.
Cutter in, swing across, delayed penalty coming here, and the Arena Lacrosse League will work with a man short with one more time with 5:23 to go here in this first half. And
I think we might have a hold on Chandler Allen. Yeah, let's see. Yep, definitely a hold. I think he just kind of lost his footing there and reached his arm out for the grab. And again, right in front of crew chief Sousa there, and the right call at the right time.
So the Aussies now will go to work on just officially their first power play of the game. Scored on a delayed penalty in the first quarter. Now back to it here. So they'll have a chance now to close the gap. Trailing by 2. Working at the top is Plum. Plum, the quarterback here. He'll slide on the interchange. Goes to the underhand, stopped. Rebound picked up. 2 good saves made there by Martin. And now here come the Arena Lacrosse League in transition. Bean. 3-on-2. He takes the shot. Stopped by Deshaun. And probably should have worked a little more clock or maybe given that up for a bit. And instead, the Aussies will work with plenty of time left in this power play.
Well, I think Jonah's a proud kid. He's got his parents in the crowd, and I'm sure he'd love to get one tonight.
Aussies will work on the left side with 8 on the shot clock. Wood, big overhand, almost found its way through, but a good job there by Ellerton to get on that loose ball. And now the Arena Lacrosse League will hold 50 seconds to go in the man short St. John. He'll take his time, quick snap across, and they'll work it on that right side. So Parker, Ward, St. John, and Snow, the 4 out there killing this penalty offensively. That one goes off a leg, and now the Aussies don't have the numbers, and they'll wait and set up now with 25 seconds to go in a man advantage.
It's a good opportunity for the Australian team to work their power play. They do have Whittam on this set. They didn't have him on the first set. So let's see if the shot does come from the right shooter.
Wood at the top. 10 on the shot clock. Skip pass. Another skip to skip. Good job recovery, but dying seconds it gets thrown away. And of course you play it where it lies here, and St. John's going to pick that up in a hurry. And the Arena Lacrosse League offense is going to filter its way out. St. John has room, way too much room for him, and he finds the mark one more time.
Yeah, definitely way too much. You can't let any shooter have that much space to shoot. A really good push in by Curtis Ward here, and also Ferris again, just sealing off, which gives St. John enough time to catch, have a look, knows he has time, and pick a corner.
I think Lucas Deshaun may need either equipment repair or just needs a break. His backup is Colin Jeffrey, and we'll see what the result is about that. As
it might be a heat thing, Lance. I'm just I'm looking over the ledge here down. Yeah, they are going to make a goalie switch with Colin Jeffrey coming in.
Well, when I had a chance to speak with the Aussie coaching staff prior to the game, they talked about doing some things that we may normally not see conventionally, maybe changing the goalies a little more frequently and rotating guys differently. Again, for them, this is part of their assessment process. First time they've had this group on the floor, so they've got some work to do, and they were very happy with the opportunity to play against this kind of caliber to really get a good assessment of their team.
Yeah, we had a delayed penalty here.
So the Arena Lacrosse League go back to the power play with 2:49 to go and a 3-goal lead.
Really, you know what, Lucas Deschamps, in my opinion, should be very proud of his effort today. He's played terrific. Saw a lot of rubber. We don't know, obviously, we're not keeping shots, but there's a lot of shots from the team all. He made some big saves, right? He's made some great saves, and I really think it probably comes down a little bit of heat for him. And, you know, it's a smart move to pull himself out. And Colin Jeffrey's a veteran, so he'll jump right in here.
Second power play opportunity now for the All. Robinson swinging it off. Ward shot right on. Try to get it back to Robinson. Ball loose. Good stick check. Will get flipped over and guided nicely to St. John. Has a man. No look. It's Parker Pfeiffer, the Fife dog, giving it a bark one more time as he picks up another marker. That's his second of the game.
Nice shot by Pfeiffer. Nice little play here by Curtis Ward to knock the ball back to St. John, knowing that there's no one covering him there, and St. John makes a pass over. But I just want to say something about Colin Jeffrey, who's come in here. Doesn't get a warm-up, so he's a little cold. You know, made a save early. So Jeffrey got drafted by Las Vegas, 2022. He plays in the Arena Lacrosse League West Division for the Shooting Eagles for Adam Smith's team. He also played in the summer for Victoria Senior B, and he was the third goalie for Victoria in the recent Man Cup, as you noted. So, again, he's the guy, in my opinion, that's going to be a key player for this Australian team going into the Worlds.
Well, you know, you've got to have that good balance between youth and experience, and he certainly brings the experience to the team at a position vital, of course, if you want to be successful. And I know when you talk about the World Championships coming up, you got to figure that they're in a tough pool, so it's going to take some work for them to really show and try to have a good result.
Well, that's a good point, Lance. You're in with Slovakia, Hungary, and Puerto Rico, and Slovakia is pretty good. They finished as high as 9th in 1 year. The Aussies have always finished top 10 or very near top 10. So, you know, it's not an easy pool. Hungary, I believe it's their first or second Worlds. They're a team that's, you know, going to come on and want to, you know, impress people. And Puerto Rico, same thing. You know, another country that's really just learning the box game. So I think it'll come down to Slovakia in Australia, and it'll be interesting to see who comes out of that pool.
Roland Kelly picking up his first of the game. And, you know, when you talk about that, you talk about Canada, of course, Canada, an established lacrosse nation, but it's a process to really build the foundation of an international team. And lacrosse, of course, growing around the globe. And when you see places like Puerto Rico, and we know about the Czech Republic, of course, how they've come on so far, as Ferris picks up his first. But where do you see, Paul, where do you see the importance as far as if you are an emerging nation like Australian lacrosse, where do you start your building, and what's the process to try to get up to the level of some of these other countries?
Well, I think they've already started to do the right things, and most of the countries have. They're looking within Canada for coaching, you know, for players that will come over and help teach, like Nathan Bell, who plays on this team here, and obviously Colin Jeffrey as well. So they're looking for people with box experience that can help that growth. And the Aussies have always been a traditionally really, really good fill team. So eventually they will get to that stage in box as well.
Morgan ran out of real estate, tried one fake too many there, and
ran out of real estate, but a great glove save by Jeffrey to get the hand up too. I don't think he would have scored anyway.
For sure, and a good stick check there, St. John. He picks up the loose ball, puts on the brakes, rolls off two, and he'll kick it back out. They'll work it back to St. John. Looking inside, in tight, not quite sure that pass was a manageable one, but when you're looking for Pfeiffer, he does some really good things, and
I'm not sure how Pfeiffer even got that shot off, Lance. I think there's 3 bodies on him. So, but the nice thing is, truthfully, and this is Parker, I guarantee you, Parker wants that ball, even though he knows there's bodies on him. You know, when you watch the next level, the NLL makes those passes, right? They want to get the ball in. If a guy has a half a stick length, the ball's going in. Too many times, and this is no disrespect to the all, or players that aren't at the top level, they're hesitant because they think the guy's covered. Right, so great effort by Pfeiffer to get in there. He almost scored a goal on a shot that I don't even think you and I even saw it.
Well, with you saying that, then you tell me then, because a lot of people ask me, okay, so what is the all? What's the caliber? I know it's an 18-plus league, but caliber-wise, who can play? And what would you say to that?
Well, since our existence, we've sent 200 players to the NLL. Not everyone sticks, obviously, but we're there. So it shows you right there, just on a number we've sent to the NLL, that we have the caliber. You know, we are the, official minor league, unofficial minor league, whatever you want to call us. There's no other league in the world that sends players in season to the NLL like we do. We put 2 all-star teams together for this weekend. We could have put 3 or 4 or even 8. But I guarantee you, if we put all the top players, we could give anybody a game on any given night at any level. That's how good the caliber is.
Into the final 10 seconds here, opening half. Chance here for the Aussies. Quick stick, and good job to cover up that corner by Martin. And that clock will expire. So we have played 1 half here at Memorial Arena in Brampton, Ontario. It's 14-8 for the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars over Team Australia. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back with the third quarter. Back here at Memorial Arena in Brampton, Ontario. Lance Wynn working alongside Paul St. John, the rest of the JVI crew as usual in the house as we get set for the third quarter. And after being tied 5-5 after the first, Paul, it's a 14-8 game, and it seems like the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars are sort of finding a little bit of their zone now.
Well, yeah, absolutely, Lance. I think there is a pride factor, right? Because no one knows the Australian team. So, and you know, we always toot the Arena Lacrosse League players at their high level, and I said that at the end of the second half. So the Aussies are really pushing them. It was 8-all. You know, the Arena Lacrosse League went on that 3-goal run, and then Deschamps came out, and then they put in 3 more.
That shot by Nick Ellerton wide of the mark goes out of play, and will give the Aussies their first possession of this third quarter, but they give it right back. Merry Christmas now, and Newbro will keep it. That one steered aside. So yeah, it looks like still in the net is Colin Jeffrey, and we can await any changes at any time.
Absolutely, Lance. Jeffrey is in the net, and I think this would be a good third quarter for the Aussies. They had a good first quarter at this end. At the start of the game, and Jeffrey's now knowing he's in that. He's not coming in relief.
Well, we talk about the comfort level of the Arena Lacrosse League, and you got to figure if you're the Aussies, you got to like that opportunity, a chance there, and you can see you speak of a bit of a comfort zone. Well, the Aussies seem to have found the mark as well, as Craig Wendy has taken over for the goaltending duties, like I mentioned earlier, and he's in net now, St. John. The master facilitator will work it, and in close, Ward faked the backhand, got his own rebound. Another duck and kick back out, looking for Ferris. Ferris has lots of time. He'll reset it, no look. Backhand try, good toe save made there, and a fresh 30 to work with for the All.
So it's fun. I'm hearing full 30, full 30. Well, we're going to hear it soon when we get to December. We're going to hear full 20, full 20.
We will, and that'll be a welcome sight as Winnan does a good job defensively to get it over the timeline, hold it. Now the offense setting up. Brighton Banting will swing it around. Works it to Wood. Wood dumps it back down. Banting now will set it up. 8 on the shot clock. Got to go to work here. Big overhand. Bullet. That was a well-placed overhand by Christopher Plum for his first goal of this game.
Yeah, just a beauty, Lance. What I like about this is Plum actually looks at his stick, I think, before he shoots, but he gets a screen by Banting, I believe, and he shoots it almost right off his shoulder. So here's Banting with the ball. He dumps it to Plum, and he pushes in, and Plum comes around and literally shoots over his shoulder. Tough shot, tough save for Wendy, who can't see the ball until it's too late. And that was just a hard shot, and it found the corner. I don't think any goalie stops that ball.
No, I would have to agree with you there. Perfectly placed as now Robinson. Quick stick, work it down to Parker. Tried to give and go, gone and went. And back the other way come the Aussies. Leaning in, taking the hit is Dennis. Dennis, wrong stick side. He'll curl right back out, get it to the top, and they'll let the rest of the offense filter out.
Yeah, I like this. You know what? Let the offense get on the floor and let them do their magic.
On the flip, and that's a tough try as Wendy will pick up that loose ball. Good outlet pass, sends away the speedy Gasparetti.
Tough righty to righty pass. Almost got it. Would have been a great play if Carter would have held on to the ball.
Robinson on the curl. Robinson had a chance, hesitation. She probably should have taken the first opportunity, and instead, the rebound goes to the Aussies. Now they'll try to work it up over the timeline. Good pass on the fly, putting on the brakes, Benjamin Moxlow. He'll retreat to the bench, and they'll work it half boards on the right. Good job by Kelly to force that, and now it's picked up. Aussies, though. And there was a reset, so Australia now will set it up with Banting on the far right side.
Nice extra effort by Reynolds there without a stick to kick the ball to a teammate.
Well, this game's all about possession and loose balls, and right now the Australian team has come out motivated to do just that. 10 on the shot clock. Looking inside. That shot well wide of the mark. Ball loose. No reset. 6 on the shot clock. Kick out. Tough pass. Good save, Wendy. And Newbro now picks up the loose ball. Bounces off a check and moves it up over the timeline.
I'm really liking the Australians, loving the ball, Lance, on offense. Love the ball. You don't need to be quick, right?
Doing a good job of sharing the wealth. Inside, Pfeiffer looking for St. John. Couldn't connect, picked up Ferris. 10 on the shot clock. Thompson hovering in the middle. Pfeiffer on the trail, bounce shot, steered aside. Rebound goes to the Arena Lacrosse League, as does a fresh 30. Thompson staying out there to play offense. Whitlow filtered out late to the right side. Fife dog, he'll curl off, dump it down low. Ferris, that goes off the post. Tried to one-hand that one, knocks it over. Instead, the Aussies will scoop that up over the timeline in the offensive end. Good job by Hamish Mathwin. He'll wait, and they'll swing it, and they'll work it on over to Winnan. That one pass knocked down, good defense there, and a good one-handed grab hauled down by Wood. Wood will work it down, 7 on the shot clock. Tied up, goes to the bounce. Wendy, again, one of the best throwing goaltenders in the Arena Lacrosse League. That one, good job, Gasparetti gets it over, and the all will reset now. Gasparetti, explosive first step. He'll curl back out. Pfeiffer, wrong stick side, tried to feather that short side. Nothing doing there, and a good job by Jeffrey to move it up.
Yeah, I like the way Jeffrey has settled himself to start this third quarter, Lance. You know, at the other end, you got one of the most talkative goalies out there. Craig Wendy's always talking to his defense and stuff.
Under 9.5 to go here. The flip pass gets knocked down, and here comes Colin Matthews, another speedster. Has Robinson with him. Lead pass just behind. Robinson in, out. Great save. Tried to go through the wickets. Jeffrey closed up shop, and the Aussies will work it the other way. Ryan Landels, he'll give way, and they'll work it now with Winnan. Winnan gets a step. That one, good late stick check, as Wendy will haul that one in. And things now have evened themselves out just a bit, as both teams getting their opportunities, but both netminders standing tall. St. John looks for a cutter in Whitlow. Whitlow, great stick skills. Whitlow inside out try, went off the butt of the goaltender. Would have been tough to see. Robinson spin around, that one right on. Stop. So some good goaltending at both ends here. Have both these teams stymied, and the Aussies now will get their chance with under 8.5 to go.
It's been a pretty quick 7-minute play. The Aussies have pulled their goalie to go 6-on-5 without a delayed penalty. They said they were going to do this in the pregame prep.
That's
Let's
just
see
one
what
of
they
those
do.
unconventional moves. They're, again, the preparation for the World Championships that are coming up in a week's time in Utica, New York. That one right on. Wendy, a good save. Strikes the pose, holds tight. And the Arena Lacrosse League now the other way.
Not sure if that's what Coach Smith wanted to see on a 6-on-5, or if he was just playing the let's pull the goalie to the bench to try to trick the defense on a 5-on-5.
Pfeiffer turns the corner. No look to Robinson. Tried to go up top, but that was the scouting report on Deshaun, not on Jeffrey. Much taller goaltender. Not a whole lot of room to go upstairs.
Again, Jeffrey, we're seeing him. He's settled here, right? Like he knows he's playing this quarter, so he's in the game. He's playing very well.
Reynolds can't shed a defender. They'll kick it back out, work it to the left and Wood. Wood. Looking inside, too tough a pass. The defense was well played as Rowan Kelly's going to step over. Pfeiffer now looking for the return pass to Kelly. Curtis Ward will look to bail him out. Spin move, Ward has some room, thinks better of it, pulls it out. And Kelly heading off, so it's an off the boards, and now it's the Fife dog. Gets a screen, kick out. Stepping into one, Ward right on, good save, and Whitlow flips it. St. John's backhand stopped. So a good job reading that play, and with 6:42 to go here in the third quarter, that will take us to our third officials timeout. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back here in a moment. rolling on back here as we've got ourselves a good game here. This international friendly between the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars and Lacrosse Australia, or the Australian national team. Of course, tomorrow, game 2, 4:30 start for the men's, 7 p.m. for the women's. It'll be the women's Aussie national team taking on the Arena Lacrosse League Women's All-Stars. That should be a good one as well. A thriller earlier with the women from Australia in a 1-goal win over Mimico. And that was a good game, and now the Arena Lacrosse League been quiet of late offensively. Going to the bounce, though, as we speak, and it's Gasparetti with his second of the game.
Yeah, nice little touch passes. Ball's not in their stick for more than a second. Gasparetti just gets the low 5-hole shot on Jeffrey. But again, I think looking back on some of their goals in the second quarter late, it was ball movement and quick shooting. It wasn't ball movement, hold, and look. Might have been the odd goal like that, but on Jeffrey, I think the 3 that went in on him at the end of the second quarter was bang, 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 and that was one of those ones again.
Well, I think that was certainly probably the best offensive possession we've seen from the Arena Lacrosse League this half anyway, as far as how smooth and well executed it was. Pfeiffer will dodge a check, get it over to St. John. St. John one-on-one. He'll lean in, quick shot, and that's one of the things that John St. John's able to do is change the angle, and now Whitlow. So a fresh clock here for the All. They go behind the net. Robinson back to Whitlow. Whitlow, no look, on the crease. Robinson twister, and they're going to call crease on that.
I think Robinson wants to throw the flag if he could, but I think if there's a replay, we could tell if he was in the crease. But very tough angle. Probably a great call by the official that was right there on top of it.
Well, the officials here only have a split second to make a decision, so they don't have the benefit of a monitor like we do. So we have to certainly cut them some slack. Great job, Banting. What a save. Wendy, 2 great saves. Craig Wendy on his rear end stopped that second shot. And that's one of the reasons he's one of the best netminders in the Arena Lacrosse League.
Absolutely, Lance. Got to agree with you there. He might be out of position, but he's never out of a spot to make a save.
Wood trying to shed a defender. Gets a screen. 10 on the shot clock. Trying to turn the corners. Winning. His shot blocked by 2 defenders. Ball loose and 3 seconds left. All going to try to and that was Heron Snow doing a good job shielding the defender, and now the All will bring it up over the timeline. 4.5 to go here, third quarter. Just want to take a second to shout out some of the crowd, of course. Molson Katak, member of downtown Toronto's Alexander Park community, here with his 2 sons. Fernando Cabral, another former lacrosse player from back in the day, here in the house. Glad to have you guys in attendance. No reset, dying seconds. Ferris going to have to let it go, and he'll just drop it and leave it. And the Aussies now will get possession here at the 4-minute mark.
Good defensive stand by the Aussies there. Let's see if their offense can get one here as we head under 4 minutes, as you mentioned, Lance.
On the kick out, work it back to the left side. A little bit of room for Aaron Batsis, and he's not able to connect. And a good pass ahead, working to Ellerton. Ellerton has room. Ill-advised pass looking for Whitlow. Instead, it's carried up the other way, and Ryan Landells. Landells steps into one. Wendy, good position, perfect save. Can't get the rebound. Snow fighting for it. Aussies now with a fresh clock, trying that dive at tempo. Wendy's hip to that game, closes that off, and he'll now make an outlet and get it up to Newbro. They'll work that flip and hide, and Curtis Ward will work it over to St. John. Pfeiffer. Again, that's a high stick call, and you can't really tough on Muxlow because, and I'm sorry, Jack Stokes, he's just a big guy, and a regular cross check to him caught Pfeiffer right around the neck area, and that will result in third power play opportunity for the Arena Lacrosse League here with just under 3 minutes to go. And Paul, I want to take this minute. We talked about the connection between this Australian team and the Arena Lacrosse League out in the West, and just maybe talk to some of our viewers about what's going on out West, because I know a lot of times we get caught up on the East and what's going on here, and of course the amount of amazing talent like what you just saw there on a beauty goal from Curtis Ward. What do you think about the way the West has developed and what they bring to the table for the Arena Lacrosse League?
The West has been fantastic from day one. You know, you have Rob and Ken Buchan that look after the West, and you know those guys have been unbelievable. You know, they're there every game. They're there for practices. They're washing jerseys. They're doing everything you can. But outside of the Buckins, the talent level is very, very good there as well. Like, we could have put an all-star team together or two from that side to play games. You know, maybe somewhere down the road when the Worlds return to Langley, it'll be the all-West that plays games against these teams. So, you know, I like where we are out West. I think that eventually we do have to expand to 5 or possibly 6 teams. The talent level's there. You know, we'll wait and see what happens this year, but you've got to be happy with what we've done in the first 3 years for sure.
Well, I think you also have to include the women's division out there as well that is also thriving and getting better. As St. John splits too, but can't beat Jeffrey. Rebound picked up, and offensively the Arena Lacrosse League has picked it up as West Whitlow limping off gingerly, and we'll keep an eye on that situation.
Yes, we will. Whitlow's scheduled to play again tomorrow, Lance.
That one trying to go 5-hole was Ward. Good save there by Jeffrey. Going to have to hurry to get it up. Good outlet pass, and a great job having a big goaltender as Mathwin now. He'll curl back out. Minute and a half to go here, third quarter.
I like what the All did there. They tried an offensive press, but I was more impressive with the Australians how they outran it and had actually a 3-on-1. They just didn't get a great scoring opportunity off of it.
Well, Paul, I know that you have spent a lot of time in the coaching ranks, of course, and I think one of the old adages to say, and could certainly apply to this game here, and it's still a quarter to play, but you have to figure that you always can learn more from a loss than a win, and right now, with the score being just 6-7 goal differential, well, 8, you got to figure that this is a learning thing for the Aussies, and they're going to have a lot of positive to take away.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you know, we looked at it was 8 all at one time. We knew that 14-8 at the half. It's been a good third quarter. I think it's 2-1 or 3-1, you know, for Team All. But a lot of good things I see in the Aussies is, like I said early in the quarter, love the ball. Their offense is letting their offense get on the floor. Their defense is trying to run the floor still. You know, they have some extra bodies with them, and it's nice to see that they're going to push the pace. I think that's the way they want to play at the Worlds. And I honestly believe that, you know, they are playing against, you know, a high-caliber team in the All, but I can see them at the Worlds really, really pushing the pace and really surprising their opposition in most games.
You can see there a big body bouncing off a couple in Dennis as he does a great job getting over the timeline. We're into the final 30 seconds here of this quarter. I like some of that decoy play. Aussies picking that up from what you saw from the All offensive unit doing, and 7 on the shot clock. Good defense. Great rotation by the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars. They force a turnover, looking to gather that, and they will get possession. Good job by Jonah Beam. 11 seconds to go. So Wendy's going to exit stage left. Pfeiffer now is going to scoop that up. Full offense going to go to work here. Minimal time into the final 8. Got to go to work. Don't have time for a touch. Pfeiffer, dump it. Robinson diving in. That's a beauty. So Luke Robinson again taking flight, finds the mark. 17-9, the All-Stars.
NLL, GMs, my friends, I know lots of you. Are you watching this? If you are, 42. Watch the play. Now, hopefully it wasn't in the crease, so hopefully I'm not wrong. But look at Toles. Okay, might have been on the line there, but look at the leap. It's incredible for a guy that's 5'8". If he isn't coming to one of your camps, get on the phones now. Pick this kid up. He's a good lacrosse player. He will help any of your teams.
So that'll do it. 3 quarters in the books here. A well-played game, well-officiated game. We will be back with the fourth quarter after we take a short break. Good to go here, fourth quarter action. Of course, this game 1 of 2 international friendlies between the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars and Team Australia, and Rowan Kelly off the draw. Game 2, of course, tomorrow right here, 4:30 p.m. local time. 7 p.m. will be the all-women's All-Stars taking on Team Australia in a friendly on the women's side. St. John. He'll curl around. Good defense on him. Moves it, kicks it back out. Parker, and St. John wasn't expecting that. He's going to have to let that go on target. And it does find the mark. So a good defensive hold by Australia here to open up this fourth quarter. Winning. He's been quiet of late. Great first move. What a save, Wendy. I tell you, that's not the first time those words have been come flying out of my mouth, but boy, that was a good. Anytime you can stop it with the butt end of your stick, you're good to be lucky and lucky to be good. Kicked out. Pfeiffer, wrong stick side, goes to the extra bounce. That was a low percentage shot now in the Aussies. 1-on-1. Trying to barrel his way in and find the mark. A good job there by Lucas Wood. Picks up his first goal of the game.
You know, and again, that's something that's good to see for the Australians, right? Get out in transition. 1-on-1, Wood reads it, okay? No support. Let me go, Lynette, right? If it's a 1-on-2, pull the ball out, let the offense get on the floor, right? He doesn't. He reads it well, and the ball gets through Wendy. Great, great opportunities for them, and you have to do that to be successful in lacrosse. You got to score some transition goals.
I like the way he saw the size matchup and exploited it, and another chance here. Good speed, and it's saved by Wendy. So a glorious opportunity for Templeton. Good speed, but not able to beat Wendy. Good duck-in move there, and looks like we've got too many on the floor. First time that call's been made in this game, and I'm not sure. It looks like it's going to go to the Arena Lacrosse League.
Yeah, too many red. I'm not sure if there's a 7-on-5 play. I think that's usually too many men. Good call, good catch by Mac Abbott, one of our officials.
Well, you got a better counter than I do, so that 7-5, that whole 7-5 thing was good. So the Aussies now with their third power play opportunity of this game, they are 0 for 2. And they'll work it around the horn. You can see the box for the all collapsed right in that dotted half circle, forcing the shots way outside. Why? Because that's what Wendy does. Air mails it out, and that's going to go netminder to netminder. Good defense to take away Thompson's stick by the Aussies. So they'll reset, set things up now. Winning. He's maybe on the right shooter side, but he's the quarterback here. Out there with Anson Carter. Carter looking for some help. Zips it across. Down low. Bouncer right on. Stopped by Wendy. Ball loose. It'll be another 30 for the Aussies. They'll keep it on the left. That shot from way out goes wide of the mark and out of play. Possession belongs to the All. And with just under 12 and a half to go, they'll just wait and then restart. Good job by Simon D'Souza to make sure that things stay in orderly fashion. 50 seconds left now and the man short. So the All looking to burn some clock here. 15 on the shot clock. St. John. Now I say burn some time, but they've got plenty of skill out there to put this ball in the net. That one gets taken away. Whitlow's going to battle for it. It gets knocked away. And a good job by Pfeiffer, but he has to zip that ahead. That shot right on, and that almost beat the shot clock. So really that was a feat just to get a shot off in time, and now the Aussies will bring it over the timeline.
Well, they got 20 seconds here. Let's see if they set up quickly. More than enough time to get everybody on. Maybe not. And see if they can get one good look here.
They'll work it a two-man game, keep it on the right side. Winning, no look. Looking for a cutter inside. That's picked off. And a good job. Chandler Allen's going to bounce off one, then two. Move it ahead, but just a little too much zip on that pass. Matthews trying to bail him out. Good hustle there, though, by Templeton. Moves it up. And Wendy, great toe save there. Chance for Wood to add to his total. And instead, that's going to be an interference call. Possession will belong to the Gold and Green. Just over 11 minutes to go here, fourth quarter. Winning. He's found the mark from outside, but since then has been awfully quiet, and that's the game of lacrosse. It's about making the in-game adjustments. 10 on the shot clock. Ducking, Banting, lets it go, right on, stopped by Wendy, and those shots that may have given Caleb Martin some trouble down low certainly work well for Wendy. That one trying to slide it through, but talk about closing up the wickets. Jeffrey doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think Gasparetti was trying to get his hat trick through the 5-hole. I think his other two were there. Thought he might have had the third, but a really nice save by Jeffrey, dropping to his knees.
Working the half boards on that left side is Hockey. Hockey dumps it in, spin around move, right on. Ball loose, Winning battling for it. Chandler Allen picks it up, and this one's a better pass as he moves it up now. Morgan, he'll wait, give way to Pfeiffer, and Pfeiffer and St. John now will work it, give everyone a touch. Curtis Ward out there, left side interchange. Robinson, wrong stick side, good decision, 10 on the shot clock. Parker, duck in. Beauty move, fake the backhand. That was a beauty. Wes Whitlow, double up those W's.
Wes Whitlow has been in the Arena Lacrosse League for a few years, and he plays his best lacrosse when he's moving his feet. And I just love when he gets the ball here, and he's just moving, and he's moving. You ain't catching me. Look, I'll give a little backhand fake, a little deke. Hey, you know what? I got you around the glove side, but I'm going to go back against the grain and pick the top corner because I can. And that's what he does. Just I love watching him play when he's moving, and his hands are, it's silk, right? And we saw that in action right there.
Well, when Whitlow's on his game, he's one of the best, and I think that faking that backhand that he scored his only other goal on, and then coming back to the forehand and working the fake and tucking it over top. Impressive move by Whitlow. So a 9-goal lead for the Arena Lacrosse League as the Aussies go to the bounce shot, stopped by Wendy, and he'll one-hand that and zip the pass ahead. That's what he does well. Fife Dog spins off one, tried to tuck it in, took a hard hit, still battling for it though. He'll never say die. Picks up the loose ball, goes for the crease dive, and scores. So Bark one more time, Pfeiffer on the money again.
Love it, love it. Parker's on the ground. You see St. John kind of coming over. Do I help? Do I help? I don't know if Parker says anything, but it's like, get out of my way. Get out of my way. I'm going on that. I'm just going to put this one in myself. And he does. And that's what he's good at, too. Like Parker, I think, in our league, he scores a goal like this maybe once every 2 or 3 games, right? Which is hard to do coming from behind the net. Everyone thinks it's easy. It's not. You have to be very athletic to do it. Just a great goal, great individual effort.
Like the decision-making process, felt that he had a better angle than St. John, or else you can bet he would have given it up.
Well, you're right, because Pfeiffer, again, he is a facilitator, right? He will move the ball, and he's very unselfish.
Well, him and St. John, very similar players that way, and that's what makes the game well and why guys love to play. And Morgan in on a breakaway off the intercept. Morgan, and a great save there by Jeffrey as he spread that wingspan and made the save.
That's twice Jeffrey's got Morgan. The last time they called Morgan in the crease, but Jeffrey still made that great glove save, if you remember.
Ball loose, and you let this guy go in Ferris. Getting chased, no stick, but Ferris wastes no time. He's a finisher, and he picks up his second of the game.
Nikolai Ferris is another player. It's got to be on radar. It's got to be on someone's radar. Could have won the Rookie of the Year in the Arena Lacrosse League East, but you're up against Luke Robinson. You're up against Garrett Haig. You're up against Curtis Ward. I'm missing about 8 other guys, I guarantee it. But he is a pure sniper. Right? Now that's on a breakaway. You should watch him 5-on-5 or on a power play from the shooter side when you give him an opportunity to shoot the ball. He's a sniper. He will pick the corners all the time.
Done a great job as the Aussies now will tiptoe over the timeline. Just over 8 minutes to play here, and Wendy has been lights out since coming in here. He has only surrendered just 2 goals since coming in this third quarter. St. John still has it, and he'll loft it back out for a reset. Couple of duck-ins and an underhand later. That one stopped by Jeffrey on a good attempt and a good outlet pass. Here come the Aussies.
Now let's see if Australia just takes their time here, and they should. Use some clock. They got to get away from throwing that cross floor pass. It looks like Gasparetti, the all-team defense is starting to look for the pickoffs.
And that's one of the in-game adjustments. They've already picked off 3 this quarter, and good defensive hold as we will, with 7:07 to go, that looks like that'll take us to our final officials timeout, and we'll stay with it, Paul. I just want to ask you that, and I know this is putting you on the spot. We talked about some of the expansion potentially out west. Where would you like to see the Arena Lacrosse League in, say, 5 years from now?
Well, Lance, I think there's 2 spots on our radar, yours and mine, you as the VP. I think the next step for us is we do need to bring in some partners, and bring in some partners with the all to help us grow, because realistically we're a 2-man crew. We have a great surrounding, obviously, all our coaches, all our players that pay to play, all the volunteers that come out and stuff. It's awesome. But behind the scenes, it comes down to 2. We'd love to get into the U.S. We think that is the next place to go, but it's a big country. Where do we go? We're looking at Utica. We're looking at Onondaga, but we should get out west because the West needs it, to help out with the NLL West teams like San Diego and Colorado and Vegas, right? So we got to look at the U.S. I also want to look at Alberta. Alberta has grown and then pulls back a little bit. It grows and pulls back. It needs a little bit more of a push, I think, and maybe Winter Lacrosse might help it. right? Because they're now competing in the summer for Middle Cups and stuff that we hadn't seen before. They used to just be an extra team in the tournament. Now they have a chance to win almost every year. Okay, they're close. So I think we have to get into those two spots. We obviously want to help develop, the U.S. and get them playing, at the same time as the NLL if we can, and stuff like that. So the world's big. The world's our oyster. And, hey, who knows? Maybe someday we have an all-arena lacrosse league down in Australia, down under, right? Why not?
Well, I like your thoughts, and I think that, there's plenty of room to grow and plenty of areas that would probably welcome the opportunity to have this caliber of lacrosse and a chance for a lot of aspiring players that are looking to either take that next step. And when we talked about what caliber we're talking about in the Arena Lacrosse League, there are guys on the cusp of the NLL for sure, guys looking to make that transition, but this is also a league where there's some veteran guys that just want to play the highest level they can play. They bring a lot to the table as far as mentoring, and their leadership and experience really matters. And I don't think that those guys really need to be on the NLL radar. I think they do a really good enough job sort of honing a lot of these guys that are looking to take that step. So I think if you're out there and you're watching this and you're wondering, am I good enough, or, what do I bring to the table? What's your suggestion to some of these guys who are really on the border as to whether or not they really want to play or they don't?
Well, I said this, to a lot of people. If your only goal to play in the Arena Lacrosse League is because you think you're good enough to play the NLL or you want to get in the NLL, it's a tough league to get into. It's a tough league to crack. There's only so many roster spots, and this year they lost a team, so it's going to be even harder to make an NLL team. Play because you love the game. You look at guys that Jonah Beanham, I believe he's going to Philadelphia's camp this year. Keep going, keep trying. But if you're not successful, don't get discouraged, because you can come and play in this league, and in this league, he is a star. And it's great seeing. To even use John St. John and Jordan Dance, two veterans that pushed and pushed, never really got to that next level. Had a cup of coffee maybe, but here they are as they've gotten older. I think Jordan's hitting the 31, St. John's hitting 30. They both have families, but they play because they love the game and they want to teach the young guys. So they're starting to wear C's and A's on their jerseys, because now they're leaders for the next group, like the Nick Ferrises and the Luke Robinsons and stuff like that, players like that.
Great save by Craig Wendy there on a good pass play. Well, that brings me, of course, to my next question. It always seems like something does bring me back when you respond, but I think a lot of people asked us, and we know this, the Arena Lacrosse League heading into their 8th season in December. On season 1, this is one of the only leagues where you, as the player, actually pay your money to play. And you and I have had numerous discussions about that and what we thought it would bring to the table and how beneficial it'll be. Of course, everybody else said it was never going to work. It wouldn't last. It just doesn't work. We've already shown that it does work, and maybe you can just explain to some of those guys out there that might be saying, why would I pay to play?
Well, you know what, and there's always the naysayers. And usually, I hate to say it, it's normally the fringe players that are the naysayers. Why do I want to pay $400 to play? It's not a lot of money. Like, in all honesty, we undersell our program for what we do. 200 players have gone to the NLL. That's got to mean something. But honestly, what you don't see and you don't get is the extras you get. You got great coaching, ex-NLL players, ex-NLL coaches, right? We put them in good jerseys and shorts. Look at what we've done here. We went the extra mile to get really nice uniforms for the guys because they deserve it, right? And, for me, it's a no-brainer. I know, I talked to a couple of players that play beer league hockey, and they're spending $600-700, and they go and they have 8 players, right? Here, you got full rosters. You got a band of brothers, right? I've said this 100 times. I shouldn't say it again, but to me, I have 200 sons, that play this game. And with the women's now, I have daughters that play, because you had mentioned the All-West Women's, and I forgot 6 teams out there, right? In the All-West Women's, 5 here. We have a U22 division, and they all pay to play because they love the game, and we give them something they need, right?
Well, I like that thorough explanation. When people ask me, I usually say that certainly when it's on the men's side, where's their commitment? If you're paying them, where's their commitment to come to practice? Where's their dedication to their future? And you look at really, it's a fraction of a cost. Even if you're not playing to get into the NLL, you're still playing with some unbelievable players. You're playing in a great atmosphere, and you've got the coaches that you need to get better. So I think that is that worth the investment in yourself? I would think that it is. No matter where you are, if you want to get better, then it starts here. And we've talked about the fact that there are more guys not in the NLL than there are in the NLL. Well, where do those guys go to play? How do they get better? How do they compete?
You know, Lance, I know Australia is going on a power play here, and we probably should get back to game action, but I'm going to say this first and foremost. There's a player in Australia, Keith Nyberg. Okay? He's 50 years old. He's played since 2006 on this team. He pays every year to travel, to go places, and and he's not asking people for money. He's not got his hand out saying, hey, I should be getting paid to play this game. He does it because he loves it. And that, to me, that's incredible. 50 years old, still playing for your country because you're proud of wearing that jersey.
That's pretty incredible in itself. And talk about longevity, especially in this sport. This sport isn't exactly built for longevity, but when you play it right, it just goes to show you. And I'm pretty sure that his attitude isn't he's going to come here to try to show these youngsters up. His attitude is whatever he can teach and however he can help the team get better, that's what he's about. And I think you could say that about the entire Australian coaching staff, their time and dedication. A lot of times people don't know what goes into coming and playing an international event. And of course in Australia, again, the time zone, you're flipped upside down and in the future. So you're a day ahead, and it's early morning for you. So these guys are really committed to come here. They showed up 2 days ago, most of them, and they'll head right into play. So again, we know how important it is about the behind-the-scenes things, and those are the things sometimes are taken for granted.
100%, Lance. And you know what? And to jump back on the original question with the y'all and why, you look at the guys that are here today, Jamie Dubrick, Joe Sullivan, Mouser Henry. These guys come on their own dime. Mouser comes from south of the border, travels up. He makes sure a player comes with him, Aaron Snow travel with him because they want to make it work. And I love it. Like, for me personally, this is, my life. It has been forever. I'm 50 years plus in it. And I don't know if I could do anything else, to be honest with you.
Well, I think that sometimes your experience is a little undervalued, and having a half a century in the game, starting from when we were young, and you've played at every level, you've coached at every level, and you're still part of what's being done here. You were instrumental in forming a league called CLAX, and now the founder of the Arena Lacrosse League, says a lot about where your dedication is to the game and how you passed that along to your son John. And boy, oh boy, I tell you, I think it's guys like you that make the difference. And I think everyone can agree when I say that you just don't get into lacrosse for the money. That's just not your motivation. If you do, you're probably going to live in a shack someplace. But I assure you, you'll have another job, because it's not all you can do. Robinson looking for an opening, and that one knocked down by a defender. We're just over a minute and a half to go here in this game one of this international friendly. So Team Australia, on paper, may have looked outmatched, but they've certainly held their own here, as St. John will put the finishing touches on a beauty quick stick finish there and pick up another one for the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars.
Yeah, probably no need to score this late. I'm sure he's probably heard it on the bench from a couple of his misses earlier, and it's nice. But I got to tip my hat to the Australians. They've played a really good game. They really have. You can see the difference overall in the skill level on offense and in the scores that they all have, and even goaltending with Craig Wendy coming in. I believe he's given up 4 in the second half, and that's a big difference, right? Caleb Martin played well, had his moments in the first half with some big saves, and then Wendy comes in and follows it up. So it's hard when you play teams that have good backstoppers. We'll have 2 good ones again tomorrow, and I'm sure the Aussies will regroup, and they'll push us again tomorrow. So good to see.
Chase Martin and Lucas Coote will be the two netminders for the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars tomorrow's game. There'll be a few changes, but on a whole, another all-star laden lineup for the All.
We didn't jump in earlier. I think it was the third quarter where Wes Whitlow went down. He did come back immediately. He's on the floor right now, and we saw him score that beautiful goal. So it's good to see that the knee's not bad, because we were a little worried about that. So, and for me personally, as I mentioned on air, he is in their lineup tomorrow, so it'll be good to see him be healthy.
So the All going to keep it outside. Final 20 seconds here of this fourth quarter, and you can certainly take a lot of good things if you're the Australian squad. They came out, played hard, no give. They're going to be a handful come time for the World Championships in Utica, and they're only going to get better. The Arena Lacrosse League guys can shake off the rust, as they're only a couple months away from starting the season, and that's the final buzzer, and final score will be 22-12, but certainly not indicative of the way this game was played. And Paul, just maybe some of your overall final thoughts before we wrap it up.
No, I was quite impressed with the Australian team. They wanted to play a speed game. I think it was a quick game at moments. Yeah, it slowed down a little bit at times, but I really think that Coach Smith, if he goes back and watches the video, whether it's tomorrow before they play us again or if it's during the week, they're going to learn a fair bit from this game, and I'll learn a little bit more tomorrow. I think this is a good prep for them. I know Smith was a little worried, didn't think it would be a close game. This was a lot closer than the score indicated. I'm proud of the All for coming out and putting on the effort and pushing them, because they need to be pushed, as the Australians do, and that's what I refer to. Great game overall, and hopefully we have another one tomorrow.
So a 10-goal differential sees the Arena Lacrosse League All-Stars take down Team Australia, and that'll do it for us here. So on behalf of JVI Productions, the Arena Lacrosse League, Paul St. John, I'm Lance Wynn. We'll see you tomorrow for the women's game, which will go at 7 p.m. Game 2 of the men's game, 4:30 p.m. local time. Make sure you tune in.
Get someone to take a